my name is Molly, and Christmas break is almost upon us. Like, I literally have 2.5 days left of school, and then it is done. And I have 11 days off, so I go back January 4th, which is very exciting, because, I would love to have more time, but, you take what you can get. So, I put together a little TBR, the top 5 books I want to read, because we still have time. Like, I've read a total of 60 books this year, and I want to read more. Like, I have other books that I want to finish before the year is out, and I have the next, week, 2 weeks to do it. Of course, I'll get new books for Christmas, and I'll get Barnes & Noble gift cards that I will use to buy books, so I'm sure I will read books other than the books I have in this video, but these are the books that I want to read. I want to get to them. So I have the top 5 books that I want to read, and then I have 2 others that I would be very happy if I got to them, but I don't have to. So without further ado, let's dive in. Also, I forgot to mention I will be participating in the Booktubeathon holiday version. I don't know if there's any challenges, and if there are, I will make a separate TBR video for specifically Booktubeathon. It's only 3 days this year, or this time around, so it's shorter, but hopefully I'll get a lot more reading done. I'm not planning to watch any TV shows that will interfere with my reading time. I am dedicating this vacation to just read. I want to talk about the books that I would be happy if I got to, and then I'll get into the books that I actually want to read. So the first book I would really be happy to get to, but I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself, is Life and Death by Stephenie Meyer. This is Twilight reimagined, gender swap from the original book, and this came out a while ago, and I never actually read it. I actually bought it kind of late, and then I never read it. Basically, like I said, it's just Twilight, but gender swaps, which I think is actually a cool concept, but I don't know how much I'm going to like it. So if I get to it, I will be very happy with myself, and if I don't, oh well, I'm not going to be hard on myself if I don't get to this one. It's also pretty big. It's almost 400 pages, so it's a good goal. And the other book I would be happy to get to, but I don't have to get to, is The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare, because I have had this book, I literally bought it the day it came out, and I haven't read any of the novellas. It's just a collection of novellas about the life of Magnus Bane from the Mortal Instruments series, and a lot of people are like, oh, gotta reread City of Bones because the TV show's coming out. Do you know how many times I've reread City of Bones? I love City of Bones, and maybe I will reread it, but I do want to read something Cassandra Clare that I haven't read yet, and I haven't read The Bane Chronicles. Like I said, it's just Magnus's life in novellas. Now, I do not usually enjoy novellas. I don't like to sit there and read them. It's just not my thing. I need Cassandra Clare in my life, so while I'm waiting for Lady Midnight and the Shadowhunters show, which premieres in January, I'm so excited, I will be probably trying to read at least a few of the novellas from the Bane Chronicles. I don't have to read all of them, just a few. Now, moving on to the books that I actually do want to get to, and these are in no particular order of ones I want to get to, I just want to get to them. So the first one is Zombie by Darren Shan. Now, this book is so tiny, and it has pictures. It's one of 12 volumes. I don't even know. It's insane how many there are, but they're so short. I really should have just bought, those are the pictures, I really should have just bought, book 1, 2, and 3, bind up, and then, but I didn't. I wanted it in hardcover on its own, because how am I supposed to know if I'm going to enjoy it? Which I know I will, because it's about a zombie apocalypse. The girl goes to school, the virus spreads, everyone starts attacking each other. It sounds really good, and really like a book I would like, and it's so short, and so I do really want to get to this one. I've had it, I bought it pretty recently, but I still want to get to it. I feel like I need to get to it. So I think I will finish this. It's so short. It'll take me a few hours. The next book I want to read over vacation is The Truth About Us by Janet Gertler. Now, I don't think anyone's ever heard of this book. My mom has a friend, and that friend is really close with a publisher, so she gets all these books, and she gave me a bunch of them to look through, so I picked up this, and I also picked up Some Boys by Patty Blount. but I'm not planning on reading this one anytime soon, but it sounded interesting enough, so I decided to take it. But anyway, back to this one. I actually picked it up just because it sounded like a giant fan fiction with characters that I don't know. So it's just like a contemporary-ish novel about a girl in school, and everyone thinks she's like a carefree party girl, but she really does have a hard life and she's falling apart at the seams, and this boy sees through her mask and they fall in love, and it's supposed to be cute, and I want to read it. It's on my shelf and I've just been eyeing it lately, so I decided I'll throw it in the TBR and maybe that will make me want to pick it up. Next one I want to pick up is another short one that will take me like an hour to finish, and that is Vampire Diaries: The Awakening by L.J. Smith. Now, this book I got in my 90s grunge book outlet unboxing, so I'll link that down below if you want to check that out and learn more about this. It's obviously based on the TV series is based off of the books. And I was never planning on reading the books because I got into the TV show and it's supposed to be so different that I just didn't want to, and I heard Delana never happened, and I literally only watched the show for Delana. So I was like, I'm never going to read them, but then they were on book outlet for really cheap. I never noticed how tiny they were. I actually started it and I literally sat there for like 2 seconds and I got to page 10. It's such a quick little read, and yeah, it's about vampires. And it's a love triangle between 2 brothers and a girl who is a doppelganger of their first love back in 1864. I still remember stuff from the show. I never actually finished the show. I got to season 5 and then I got so annoyed with Elena that I stopped watching. Spoiler alert, I hate Vampire Elena, so I just stopped watching. But yeah, I just really didn't enjoy that version, so I stopped watching. But I really enjoyed it up to that point. So I decided I was going to read the books since I had them, and since they're so tiny, I own the first 2, so I might read the second one depending on how much I like this one. So we shall see. The next one I have is actually a big book, so hopefully I'll get to this one, and that is Winter by Marissa Meyer. I have heard nothing but amazing things about this book so far, and it has recently just came out. I went to the launch party. I met Marissa Meyer. She signed it. My book got stamped, and I actually did start reading it. I got to page 60, and it really is quick. Like, I've heard that if you sit down and just like give yourself the time to read it, you get 400 pages in like that. So hopefully that will happen with me. This is the 4th and final book in the Lunar Chronicles series, Ferris, Cinder, Scarlet Crest. I really want to finish this book before the end of the year just because I've read all the other books this year so far. So I want to say like I finished the whole series this year. So I'm hoping that that will happen. I've talked about these books before. Basically they're just sci-fi screwed up fairy tales. And even if you don't like sci-fi, you will really enjoy these because I know a lot of people who've read them don't like sci-fi, but they loved the series. So I really recommend picking it up, but I really, really want to get to this. It's 800 pages long, so I don't know if I'll finish it, but I will at least continue my reading. And the final book I want to talk about is, there's actually 2, The Assassin's Blade and Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. Now, I really just want to go on to Air of Fire because ever since I finished Crown of Midnight back in September, I haven't picked up a Sarah J. Maas book, and I really want to pick up Air of Fire. But I've been told by multiple people that you cannot pick up Air of Fire until you read The Assassin's Blade, which, again, another collection of novellas. So we all know how I feel about novellas because I just explained it to you like 5 seconds ago when I held up the Bane Chronicles. Yeah, I really don't enjoy novellas. I tried to read Assassin's Blade and I just couldn't get through it. I just really didn't enjoy it too much because it just doesn't continue the story. Like, it's chopped up. It's flashbacks to her life before that, and like I would love to see those. I just don't want to read them in between the story, but apparently to read Air of Fire, you have to read Assassin's Blade for things to make sense. So I have to read both of them. They're both a good size. Assassin's Blade isn't too bad, but Air of Fire is pretty fat, and I really want to get to Air of Fire, so I gotta get through Assassin's Blade first. So I gotta do that. So that is my winter break TBR. Like I said, of course I will get new books over the break, and I will probably read some of those, and then I will do one giant yearly wrap-up at the end of the year. Let me know some videos you guys want to see. I literally have no plans this Christmas break, so I will be filming a lot of videos, reading a lot of books. So if you have any recommendations, any videos you want to see, book talks you want me to do, any of those things I will be happy to do. Just comment them down below. And I would like to thank you all because you've been so great. I've gotten so many nice comments, and I've gotten so many views on my last video, which is awesome. I have over 100, and that just makes me really happy. So thank you guys for watching all these videos, and I hope you're enjoying them. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!